And good.
And good.
And good. Good evening, good evening. It is 8:01 by my reckoning, so that means that it is time for another episode of Real Talk in the Simpson family home. Tiernan, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. God bless you. Thanks for stopping in, man. We had a little bit of love and basketball last night. You missed that. Check the follow the link. You should check that episode out. You'll have a laugh. Big Noah was on the show last night. Hey Priscilla, God bless you. Thank you for stopping in. How are you? Wow. Hey. So I am Ian. This is my lovely wife,
Rachel?
who is back from hiatus. She took a 1 day, kind of sabbatical, if you would. Noah was in here with me last night, and we are Ian and Rachel of Big Family Life in the Simpson Family Home and 4Fs with the Simpson family. The 4Fs representing faith, family, food, and fitness. Faith because we believe we could do all things through Him who loves us. Family because aside from God, there's nothing more important on this earth. Food because food is medicine. And fitness because we believe overall wellness can be attained by pursuing and achieving a strong mind, soul, and body. This is a segment that we like to call Real Talk, where we just kind of dive into some of the issues that we've had to overcome in our personal journey, as well as the issues that we've had to overcome in our joint journey as we come together as a blended family of 10. And how we've used the principles of faith, family, food, and fitness to just kind of manifest our best lives. And Tierney says, yes, sir, I love everything you guys are doing for. Hey, thank you, brother. We appreciate you so much.
You.
God bless you. Thank you. So tonight's topic is...
Oh, gender roles in the Simpson family home, and it's more looking at the traditional versus us.
Right.
Looking at how we do things differently and what works for us. Traditionally, what is we see in society is that the males are at work and the females are at home doing the caregiving, or both families are working, and yeah. However, for us, we are a little different.
More modeled after Priscilla, ironically enough, who is actually here with us. God bless you. Priscilla is our. Can I say who you are, Priscilla? Is that okay? Can you give me the okay to do that? Either with a like or a love or a frowning face or something. A heart or a thumbs up.
So while we wait for that, for us, we are.
Haha, doesn't help.
We are.
Oh, there's a heart.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Priscilla is the managing partner at Sternat Meneig Law Corporation. She is a good close personal friend of my wife Rachel, and Rachel recommended her to us and she handled our custody dispute. 3 years, and she is an absolute pit bull in the courtroom. And I mean that, and a sweetheart to us, but I mean just a terror for the other team, right? And I mean that's I don't know what else you want from legal representation. I don't know that you will ever meet. I have never, and I've unfortunately, because of my personal journey, right? I've had to deal with the system. I've been in the system for some time and so on and so forth. And I have never had representation as I had now. And I don't say that to be cute, and I don't say that, I'm not a man of, I don't use words lightly. I try to say what I mean, and I mean what I say. And so when I say that because it is God's honest truth. I've never had such representation. Representation so good, in fact, that after 3 long years, okay, Justice Dunlop on October 9th, 2020 took our 12-year-old son, Justice Horbit Simpson, out of his mother's care because she agreed with our contention that his basic necessities of life was not being met. It was a long, hard battle, but to God be the glory, right? To God be the glory, and I don't say this lightly in the climate that we live in. with everything that everybody has to make up for and account for, right? The power of an almighty God. They took a child out of a white home and placed him in a home with a black and brown mom. To God be the glory. If anybody's not familiar with the history of why that is significant, have a look at residential schools and take a look at slavery.
And I think that could be even a another topic for one day.
Absolutely.
That is something that, looking at the system and
Yes, Priscilla, thank you.
How the injustice. I have some really good experience that I experienced through the system that, and also I guess that's something I want to touch on.
Mm-hmm.
However, with Priscilla, it was like when she met him. It was funny. I have this story. Okay, so Ian is very.
I'm a huge personality.
Yeah,
I was an angry black man.
Yeah.
For the great portion of my life, I was an angry black man, and I mean, I had cause to be angry. I mean, white supremacy sucks.
But it's also just naturally he has this big booming voice. So
Yes.
It's like if we're in a grocery store or we were in a shopping store, like say Costco, for instance. I could hear him on the other side of the store just having a conversation with a stranger. However, Priscilla was like, she's seen, his passion and he's very big. And she was like, okay, most people register here, but his normal is here.
There, yeah, that's me.
So that was her just getting to actually know him as a person. And I love that.
And what about, the value in your representation, taking the time to get to know you as a person? I mean, how many lawyers are actually that invested? And it wasn't that long ago that it would have been illegal for me to attend university. Amen. Again, here we are, managing Miss Priscilla Sternak, Priscilla McIver, our legal representation, the managing partner at Sternak Meneag Law Corporation. Right? And she writes, it wasn't that long ago that it would have been illegal for me to attend university, let alone become a lawyer. And now, because you can't see, I'll let you know that Priscilla is in fact indigenous, right? As is my wife. And that is a true statement. Right? And it would have been a true statement for me as a black man as well, right? I mean, and that is, however, this is not all doom and gloom. That's not what we're about, because as I said, that what we're over here doing is using the principles of faith, family, food, and fitness to manifest our best lives. Because I've come to the fact, and I will never speak on anything other than my lived life experience. And I've come to a place where I realize that all those obstacles that were placed in my way along the way, and sure, some of them absolutely were intentionally put there. Okay, yeah, absolutely. The thing is that, if I look back critically on my own lived life experience, I can look and pinpoint that, even though that bad thing happened, God had placed an out along the way. And whether I was in a place to receive that grace or not was entirely up to me. So it wasn't that I was stuck in white supremacy. It was that I was stuck in my thinking about white supremacy. Because no matter what you're going through, God will always make a way for you to come out. All you got to do is lean.
Where do you want me to go with this?
We're on gender roles, my love. and I was just taking a moment to introduce Priscilla, who's here and blessed us with her presence. And I mean, we are so grateful. We are so eternally grateful. I mean, with the exception of our two oldest boys, our family is complete. And in no small part due to your effort. And I mean, God put you on in our journey, and I mean, you more than
over and above.
I don't. And God knows, and that's enough. And that's enough. God bless you. Thank you. We appreciate you so much. We appreciate you so much. So yeah, if you need a lawyer, she's local, she's indigenous, and she's an absolute pit bull in the courtroom. Sternak Meneag. Oh my gosh. Blub, 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 blub. Please.
You're going to pass that on?
Yeah, I'm going to pass it on to
Sternak
Meneag Law Corporation. Sternak Meneag Lord, don't ask me to spell it. I can't. Sternatmaneg Law Corporation. She's fantastic. Okay, so we're on to gender roles. Specifically, what is the traditional role of the man and woman in the home, and what works for us?
Yeah, so with gender roles, like I said before, typically the males out of the home working, and then the females at home. However, for us, even though we're both home right now,
Right now.
um, the role is still, we kept the role still the same. Even when he was working, he was making supper, doing the kids' activities, and I was taking care of everything around. We have the system. I love that he's a chef. That's his passion, one of his passions, and in his previous life, trained to be a chef. And he looks forward to cooking our meals every day. It's either we're involved, or he goes on this, looks in the freezer, and then he creates. And so, yeah, supper is the big meal, and mostly our Sundays. However, he takes care of the children, which is like the mind, the mentality, keeping them physically active and engaging them and trying to make them better human beings. And for me, what would you say I am? I'm like
You're
the
everything else.
You're the overseer of operations.
You're everything else. I've got one job. I have one job. I take care of the kids. That's it. That's all I do. I got one job, and I take care of the kids, and she does everything else. And it's so interesting because Priscilla is here, and I mean, not to I mean, if I may tell the story very quickly, I mean, our situation is similar in that regard. And I mean, if you wish to share, please, by all means, if you're willing to type Priscilla, and then I can, yeah. But I mean, when my mom was here, this last summer, baby. And she was here for about how long? 3 weeks, almost a month, right? Great time from Toronto. And my mom is very, that's my bio mom. My bio mom is from Toronto, and of course the mom that raised me passed when I was very young. And so when she was here, and my mom is very, very traditionally Jamaican, right? So gender roles, right? Very, very traditionally Jamaican. And so,
Good evening.
oh, sister, Vanessa, God bless you. Thank you for joining us. God bless you. And so when my mom first met my wife, was back at the wedding, which was 2019. She was here out for the wedding.
It was about June. It was a couple of months before.
Correct. And then, because we went there, right? But no, when she came here, she noticed, because my mom is in the kitchen all the time. That's just typically Jamaican, right? Cook, go to work, come back, whatever, right? And so when she met my wife, she noticed right away that, mom doesn't really cook, which is not to say she can't cook. That's just not the role that she plays in our family unit. And so mom reserved judgment. And so when she came back and spent the week with us, God bless you all. We have got a couple of viewers joining us here on the gram. Just want to welcome you, and as we're talking about gender roles, and God bless you. Thanks for stopping in. And so mom, because mom is not going to say anything, and she's a respecter of persons. So she just sat back and she watched and she observed. And so what happened eventually is we went to the beach one day in the summer, right? And she watched as I was gone off after the kids, and she grabbed my wife. I'd set them up, under the shade. I said, "It's mom and my two best girls." What? So I right? So I'd set them up under the shade, put down the blanket, put down the cooler, and they was good. So I went off after the kids, and she looked at my wife. She said, "Okay, I got it. I've got it." And my wife said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "I figured it out. I figured out how your guys' relationship works." He goes, "You take care of everything else so that he can do what he wants to do, which is just take care of the kids. She affords me the ability to do that." After my surgery, I was looking at what did I, because I mean, I had to go back to work and all these other things. She said to me, because I was looking. Priscilla said exactly, right? And she looked at me and she said, well, I started talking about, I'm gonna have to get off this bum leg. My recovery wasn't over, but I mean, I was gonna have to get up and go do something. And I says, she's like, well, what are you trying to do? I says, well, I don't know. I'll do what I have to do. I mean, I gotta go work, right? And she says, well, what would you do if you could do what you wanted to do? And no one had ever asked me that. No one had ever asked me that. I only ever did what I had to do. I got kids, I got responsibility. No one had ever asked me what would I do if I could do what I wanted to do. And I said, shit, excuse my language. I said, sorry, Justice. He's down the stairs there. He's like, I heard that. And I said, I'd go back to school. I said I would go back to school. And yeah. And she said, well, why don't you? And I said, well, I don't know. I said, okay. So that planted a seed. And so I went back to school for a little bit, and that ended horribly. It's so interesting. That's a whole other 5 episodes. We'll get into it. Stick around. We'll get into it. I promise. But that ended horribly. It ended up with I've got a human rights case against CDI College for having my human rights violated. It was like a scene out of Mississippi Burning. I swear. I mean, I did Brown Board versus the Board of Education. The only thing they didn't do was spit on me. I mean, honestly, it was horrible. We'll talk about that another time. So that didn't work out. So I sat back and then she said, what? And I mean, that question stuck with me, and I had to give it some thought. And I'm like, and then COVID happened, and I was like, is that you, God? Is that you, God? Because it seemed like every time I tried to go back out into the world, something happened, and it seemed like God was just telling me to just be still for a while, just be still. And I'm not real good at being still, so I said, okay, well, we can be still and let's try doing something with these kids. So about a year ago to the day, about this time last year, we started, really just training. Started running. And just, I don't know, man, COVID happened and everybody looked at it and I saw the messages. People were like, I was on Facebook at the time and I was like, people were just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to gain 40 pounds and I don't know how I'm going to get off my couch and I saw the messages and I was like, oh boy, this is a really negative atmosphere that's going on right now. This is dangerous. I said, no, I can't. So I said, you know what? We gonna come out of this better for having gone through it. By grace.
Yeah, so it was workout started, and then counseling started for us, and then counseling for Jasmine, and then
talk therapy, mental health. We're dealing with trauma. We're breaking generational curses. That's what we're talking about. Counseling, big fans. God therapy, talk therapy.
So we looked at what every individual in the home needed, and for them, it's worked wonders. The children are very calm. Even though there's it was a storm on the outside, it was calm. It's still calm in our home because a lot of the things don't affect them at home.
God creates that safe haven. That's it. God creates that safe place. God creates that quiet place. God said, go be still, son. And he created this quiet place for me to be still. Me and my family, we're just still. We just still.
Yeah, and then so even with our roles and we're both home, we both put in the work. We are both active in daily activities. We're both active in making sure the kids are doing their schoolwork. I'm in class sometimes. However, he's sitting here like the teacher at a desk.
More like the principal. Why I gotta be the teacher? Why can't I be the principal?
Because I'm the principal.
My bad. I can't even be vice principal. Vanessa says, I definitely believe things happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. I don't believe in coincidence at all. At all. No, you're so right. Yeah, things happen for a reason. Is that a different sweater?
Yeah.
Different color?
No.
Okay, my bad. Different lighting. My eyes are going. Sorry. Go, baby.
Where are they going?
I don't know. We should get them.
So yeah, it's been a very interesting year. However, our relationships within the home, within the family unit, has been able to blossom.
Yes.
Because yes, we are 10 of us in a home every day, and we're all still alive.
Okay, I just took that big of breath. I'm so sorry. I just realized who I don't know if you're still here, but Andreen, God bless you. Dreen Green.
Oh.
Didn't even know you had a gram. God bless you, my sister. My sister. If you're still here, sorry. Pardon me. Yeah.
So yeah, the interpersonal relationships between everybody in the home has really grown.
Yes.
Connections that you have teenagers, teeny boppers. Oh,
is it that time?
He's a couple minutes early.
You're a couple minutes early.
Yeah.
You ready? No. It's that time. Bear with us a second here, viewers. It's that time in the Simpson family home. You'll see the little start parading through to come say their goodnights, and an endless stream of children. We can count them like sheep. And if you're having trouble going to sleep, you can just count our children. You have socks in your hand.
Yeah.
All right.
I took off my socks.
Okay. All right. Love you. Good night. Say good night.
Good night.
Good. All right. Good night. Okay. Okay.
And that's the interesting thing too with even summer and was it spring break? I think it was spring break. After spring break, we didn't go back to school.
Yes.
However, even summer, they still go to bed at 8:30.
Oh yeah.
The kids are actually it's 8:30 or almost 8:30, and Justice is on the clock. He's got to be in bed at that time, and it works for him.
He is one that's very much so like his older brother Noah. His schedule is very important to him. And if you say you're going to do a thing, it's very important that that thing gets done. The difference between him and Noah is that Noah will visibly dissemble and shake the foundations of the world. Whereas he'll just take it in stride and roll with the punches.
Yeah. But it's been a wonderful year for
the Simpson family.
For the Simpson family, yeah.
By grace, to God be the glory.
It actually gave me time to sit down and look at some of my my baggage that I've been carrying around for a while, because I don't have. Well, with school, I don't even have to go to class, so I'm just in the room set up and taking my classes for an hour, whatever, doing my homework, and I don't even have to leave home. And it's that dream for me, because juggling children and work, and I'm just able to be home and be present, and
for now,
yeah.
Don't
get too comfortable.
One of us got to work, and I'm done. I did my time. I'm so kidding. Cousin Diane from all the way from Calgary, God bless you. God bless you. We so appreciate you coming through and spending some time with us. God bless you. Ryder coming through, and this is so. And here's an interesting dynamic in the home, right? If you want to talk about gender roles in the home, right? Love you. If you want to talk about gender roles and so on and so forth, believe it or not, the closest relationship is mom and him, right? That's just, and I found out why today. It's not that that's a preference. It's not. It's just a very special relationship. Not my story to tell. Love you. Good night. Say good night.
Everybody.
Not everybody. Not everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, hey. Hey, she is good at English. Come, no, come here. Come here. There you are. Hey, love you. All right. Not everybody. Love you. I'm gonna tell that story at your wedding. I am. Not everybody. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's just that. I guess what we have to say is just quite simply that I mean, don't let others dictate, the terms of your happiness. Find out what works for you and do that. You know what I mean? Do that. And I mean, let me qualify that statement. I mean, as long as thank you, Vanessa. Good night. We appreciate you so much for stopping in, sister. God bless you. I mean, as long as what you're doing is not hurting anyone, you know what I mean?
And the kids are happy, then just keep doing what works for your family.
Yeah.
Don't let other outside influences tell you what you should be doing. I think that's really important. Don't let the outside that don't live in your home have complete power control saying that you should be doing this or you should be doing that. Just figure it out with your partner and make it your own.
Make it your own. And I mean, hey, how are Winnipeg Basketball Cards? Hey, how are you? God bless you. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you so much. Yeah, sorry, baby.
No, and that's where, because it's really important that you're I like how he puts it, oh my gosh, I'm gonna butcher. I'm so bad.
No, it's
butcher.
okay.
No, it's
okay.
when you say that the family you create is more important than the family you have come from.
Yeah. No, I'll finish that quote in a second. But Andreen said, "Hi fam, Joseph was the one who set this up for me. Good night, my beautiful nieces and nephews." Auntie Andreen, say good night. Good night. That's so awesome. Like I said, I didn't even know that you had the account, but yeah, God bless you. That's fantastic. Thank you for stopping in to see us. The quote is that, absolutely, your family of origin is absolutely very important. Your family of origin is absolutely very important. However, your priority in this world is the family that you create. That, I mean, and that's just, I'm sorry, not sorry. Sometimes you have to make some tough choices, especially when you're dealing with individuals that maybe are not as committed to growth as potentially you are or you would like them to be, right? Or, I mean, the only thing I can say to regard to that is sometimes you have to love people from a distance. That's it.
And it's also just being aware because the outside influences your children. Like we monitor what our children watch, what they play on video games, and it also includes people. Because if you have toxic people in their lives, it's gonna leak into your family system. Because either they're gonna have more sway on their opinions.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
And then their behaviors. So it's just being aware of who you have surrounding you. What do you want to instill in your children? What values? What traditions?
What's that story? That saying, sis? Show me your friends, I'll tell you your character. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Yeah. So it's just very important that like even with our roles. Our children are very much, we try to make them all self-sustainable, I guess.
Self-reliant.
Yeah, so like with Jordan, like he's going to be able now to cook for himself and not have to find a partner that's going to cook for him.
No one's still a work in progress. I'm sorry, baby. Yeah, I just, man, that kid. I love him. I love him. To God be the glory.
So we make sure that they're able to bring stuff to the table as individuals.
Oh, wow. That was such a profound statement. Wow.
So it's like they can cook, they can clean,
Yeah.
they can take care of themselves, and they don't have to rely on other people to take care of them.
Baby, that's such a statement.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. That deserves a standing ovation. Good night, sweetheart. Love you.
So it's that they see both of us working together and there's equal, like we're equal, we're not one above the other, and that they can come to us and we work it out together. It's not like, oh, well, dad said this or mom said this. It's always, well, I'm going to talk to mom first,
And
or
and
I'm
when
going to talk to dad, and then
Yeah.
we decide together.
And when that happens, because I mean, hey, we got teenage day kids, man. They every once in a while they try to, play me against mom or play mom against me. And let me tell you, I don't play with that. I don't. I do not play with that. I do not. I kill that immediately, and I handle that with prejudice. I mean, no, I don't play with that. I do not try to create friction between mom or I. I mean, we can sit down and talk about anything. I mean, I say that you don't have to ever lie to me. Don't ever lie to me because I'm that guy. You don't ever want to lie to me because I'm the last guy you want to lie to because I'm always be on your team. And if you lie to me, I can't help you properly. I'm gonna always be on your side, no matter what. Just don't ask me how to help you hide the body, because I'm figure out I'm gonna have to keep you out of it and take the, whatever. No, to God be the glory. I'm kidding.
No, and so that it's just that we work as a team. We do everything, like, yes, I can cook. Yes, I can.
Absolutely, she can cook
However,
and clean.
It's his strength, and then I'm able to use my strengths in other areas of what is needed.
And I mean, the reason that this came into her heart was just the other day. She was in the pantry changing a light bulb, and you know what I mean. She had said she can be in the pantry when we met actually, and it was the dead of winter. I was still out on working at NAC, and this was what, year one still, year one, and it was dead of winter. It was like it was cold. It was like minus 30, minus 4, no, minus 40, minus 50. It was cold, and I got a flat. Yeah. And I had to get to work. Yeah. So I sucked it up. And I was ready to go out there. And I mean, she could tell I was dragging my feet. I would and she would like, what? What's wrong? You flat? What? Oh, what? 5 minutes. And she was snow suited up. I mean, she from the communities, right? I mean, that's a regular occurrence for her. I mean, she had to do everything for herself. So, pump whatever she out there. And I felt bad. I mean, I'm a man, right? I felt bad. I mean, I'm going to be up in here warm and my wife out there minus 50 changing the tire. So I went and stood there with her. What? We play to our strengths. We unity, teamwork, love. Thank you, sis. And Diane over here says, Carl always said to the kids, if you can't talk to me about it, you're not ready. You're not ready for it.
Oh, I love that.
You're not ready for it. Whatever it is, if you can't come to me and we sit down and have a conversation, you're not ready. No, yeah. Love that. I mean, as parents, we got to not be afraid. Too funny. We have to not be afraid to say no. I mean, really, are we? I mean, no, I'm not. This is not judgment. This is what we do. This is what we do. We're not trying to be the best friends to our children. We're not trying to be their best friend.
We're being their parents.
We love them to death. Love them to death.
It's finding that balance within. Yes, you can be their friend, their confidant. However, at the end of the day, you're their parent, and sometimes you're considered the bad parent. However, it's for good reason, to keep them safe. It's like, what more do you want?
Yeah, I mean, and then you eventually get to the point where they stop whiling. I remember the first time I had to take the phone from Jordan. Woo! Woo! I mean, woo! He wasn't happy. I mean, yeah, but Jordan is not expressive and demonstrative like Noah. Jordan is more of, he's more of a slow burn. Right? And yeah, but I mean, hey, consequences are not a 4-letter word. They are a fact of life. If you have good action, you have good consequences. If you have poor actions, well then, yeah, that's what it is. You know, the kid's been without video games now for like ever.
I think Justice finally came and asked us the
Yeah,
other day.
the
We're
other
like,
day.
well, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we were chuckling about it the other day because we knew that it had been like a month, and like I mean, any point we're like, well, at any point they come and add, they can have it back. But I mean, I'm not really feeling giving it back to them if they ain't asking, if they're not missing it. I mean, why am I gonna give it back? I mean, they're doing other things. It's not like they're sitting there looking at the wall. They're painting, they're doing arts and crafts, they're spending time together, they're watching movies. Like, I mean, these kids can watch movies like fiends. Like, these kids can watch movies like you don't even understand. That's something from being in the community. Yeah, right? I mean, being in the community, that's
our form of entertainment.
Yeah, you're there all winter, cold, right? And then, yeah, so these kids can watch movies, and they'll watch the movie, and Justice come and fall right in line. Now Justice do like they do. They have their favorite movies, they have their favorite scenes, and they'll watch 5 minutes of this, 3 minutes of that, 30 seconds of that, and move on. So I don't watch movies with the kids. No. So yeah, I mean, we took video games. The two bigs, Jordan and what's the other one's name there? The one with the face.
Jasmine.
That's her.
I was like, which one?
They're the only two aside from Noah that have cellular phones, and so we noticed sleeping patterns. They were having trouble getting up and so on and so forth. So in behavior, so they lost the phones and they got them back, and then as a consequence of some poor behavior and not being able to get up at school, and even though it's remote learning, no, you don't get to roll out of bed and try to get in front of the computer. No. You know, you still have to be up and you still have to have breakfast and so on and such, right? And then I mean, right? Routine is everything, right? And so, you know, we know they were struggling with that. So we said quality of sleep. Are you getting enough sleep at night? Well, they're going to bed at a decent time, and but you know, the phone is there, and you're bing, bong, boop, and all the notifications throughout the course of the night. And even though we don't answer the phone. Hey, Sam, good to see you. God bless you, son. I said that we don't answer the phone. We don't respond to the notifications, and it was like we had the conversation. It's like, yeah. However, just that beep is gonna bring you up from that deep level of sleep, that REM, where you get that quality rest, and all night you're going up and down, and so you wake up feeling exhausted like you haven't slept. So we took the phones out the room at night. They get turned in when they go to bed, and when they get back up in the morning, they pick up the phones. And they haven't. It's been months. They haven't complained. So I'm
it's like a new routine.
Yeah, it's a part of their new routine now. Routine is everything. It seems to us like they're getting a better quality of rest. Although I found out. Good evening, Sam. God bless you. Although I found out just this evening that Noah will sometimes come into Jordan's room because Jordan says he's a light sleeper, and Noah will come in there. I'm like, what's he coming in your room for? And he's like, oh, what doesn't he come for? Underwear, socks, underarm. He probably don't come for underwear. I probably just added that in there just because, you know, I'm goofy like that. I'm sorry. That's probably inappropriate, but I'm goofy like that. But yeah, he'll come in there and raid his sock drawer, and he'll come and get he'll come and get his socks, and it's like Noah's like, I mean, yeah. I mean, I would say that kid is going to give me gray hair, but I mean, he cost me my hair. No, he a grade. He great. He a handful, right? He's just. I mean, it's okay, guys. You don't have to tippy toes. Jordan with the good hair is in with his homies. They were out in the gym working out, so they're just passing through. Okay, and baby's coming through to say goodnight. Right, and Auntie Andrine said goodnight. And Auntie Andrine is over here, and Auntie Priscilla is over here as well, and Auntie Diane from Calgary is over here, and I don't know who else is over here with us, but at least Auntie Diane say goodnight. Auntie Vanessa was here, but I think she left. She said goodnight and say goodnight. Okay, yeah. All right, sweetie. All right, yeah.
It's already 1:45. You're behind.
You guys are late. Justice is early. You two are late. Now she will. I mean, if not for art, what do you got there? Okay, let's show the world. Let me see. Okay, baby, come on.
She wants me to read, and then she'll pass them out.
Oh, she'll pass.
Love you. Okay, quickly, let's see. See, this is what she do. She will go and thank you. She will go and raid the recycling bin.
I tried to.
We can't throw out nothing around here. She'll go and raid the recycling bin to Dad from Cali. See, you got hearts and everything. So I mean, yeah. You see, I'm gonna do the Tony Stark thing. And you both are fantastic parents. Good night, sweetie. Thank you, Auntie Dream. We appreciate you so much. Because I'm gonna do the Tony Stark thing because she said that she loved me about 6,000 and Mom come in about 375. Yeah. So and we got Ninja Turtles.
Are you sure? I want to be sure. What is this?
It's a turtle.
What you mean?
It's a
You see, that's why I'm that because I mean obviously.
It's a turtle like swimming.
Obviously, Mom's favorite is turtles.
Yeah.
That is obviously the best turtle ever drawn. I don't know. Mom is on one tonight. We'll have to excuse her. Mom is obviously on one tonight. Oh, I'm still here. Auntie Vanessa said I'm still here. Auntie Diane says night, baby, saying good night to the kiddies. Auntie Diane, Auntie Vanessa, Auntie Andrine are all still here, and they're saying, and this is obviously the best turtle ever drawn. Right, Auntie Vanessa, who is an artist who created that beautiful masterpiece that hangs in our living room there. I mean, I absolutely love that. Like, you don't even know. And what else we got here? What else?
It's for you and Mom.
This is for me and Mom. So we have you see, baby wants a horse. So this is for me and Mom apparently. However, it's not really for me and Mom because it's just a reminder that she wants a horse. So, and I mean, that's beautiful. That's what she does. I love my art and my mom and dad from baby, right? That, and she'll spend hours. And when she's supposed to be in class, even when she's supposed to be in class, yeah.
She's doodling.
Love you. All right, thank you, baby. All right, we'll put these up on the wall tomorrow or something. Here you go. Here, take these for now. Thank you. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Love you.
Good night.
Love you.
I'm gonna tell you, having daughters is a trip. I'm gonna tell you, having daughters. I only ever had sons, and I always felt in my heart that nice horse, right? Yeah, looks great. I always felt that in my heart that having daughters would change me. I always felt that, and I'm happy to admit that it absolutely has. You know, I mean, one person once said to me that, no, I saw a meme on Facebook and it said, fellas, this is for the fellas. It said quite simply, it says, if you've got a daughter, right, it says, close your eyes. So I closed my eyes. And it says, well, I did this. Obviously, I couldn't close my eyes and still read, but I mean, you get it. It said, close your eyes, right? And he says, now, imagine your daughter is dating somebody like you. Did you smile? If not, change.
Let's go.
And I was like, whoa. I mean, and now understand, please, that I grew up in an era where, I mean, forgive me, but I mean, pimping was the thing here in the city, right? And I mean, I grew up with guys that, you know, and I was different though. I was, because I talked to a dude one time, and I was like, but what if you have a daughter? And like she come up and then she end up in that life. And he was like, well, if she's supposed to get pimped, she's supposed to get pimped. And I was like,
That's cold.
well, this life ain't for me. And that's not judgment. I'm sorry. That's not judgment. I mean, to each their own. I'm committed to the idea that my right to swing my arm ends at your person. So, I mean, yeah.
However,
sis, you're quite right, quite profound. So simple yet so profound. I mean, what more is there than that? To God be the glory, sister. To God be the glory. What more is there than that?
And that's it. It's what the girls see now is that, you know, dad is opening the door even he's still courting mom. He still
I
opens the door for me. Well, if we're going for like to the gas station, he still opens the door for me.
don't want her to fall or
I
something.
know.
Like, I mean,
However, that you never see that anymore, and it's like, and then he's cooking meals for us. He's yeah, and he's present, which is very important to our daughters.
yeah,
He's there in the morning. He's there at bedtime. He's well all day. However, even when he was working, he always came home.
yeah. I
And
learned that that's very important to them. That I always come home. That's, I mean, for reasons that, it is what it is. We're doing mental health and trauma treatment, right?
and so they're able to distinguish, these good qualities that they're seeing. And so for him to actually be very aware of what he's doing, it's important to you. It's very important to you to
Oh,
see because
yeah, it's important.
one day they're gonna pick their partner, and
Right.
who do you want them to pick? Someone like you or
Somebody like Tyrone. No disrespect,
Who?
Tyrone. No disrespect to any Tyrones out there. No, I'm playing.
I was like, who's
I'm
Tyrone?
playing. I'm playing. I kid.
Is that an old
I
saying?
know. It's just a thing. It's
Okay.
whatever. It's just whatever. I'm just being ignorant. So yeah, I mean, I said to the nothing but God, only God, nothing but. And I mean, I said to the girls, and I mean, I sit down and I talk to my girls. We talk to all the kids, and I do check-ins. I do that. That's my thing. That's. I mean, I check up on the kids on the regular to make sure everybody. That's my thing. That's what I do. And I talked to the girls and I said, hey, yeah, I know that I'm hard on you girls. I know this. However, I'd rather be hard on you today than go to jail for you in 20 years because somebody decided that they was going to put hands on you. I'm trying to be a better man, sister, but I'm not that good. I'm not that good. I mean, somebody gonna put hands on. You want to put hands on my daughter? All right, come.
And I'm just gonna say that's very important to young ladies is to actually have that support of your parents. Unfortunately, I didn't have that support growing up. Even as a young mother, that being physically abused, and people surrounding me knew it was happening, and nobody actually stood up for me. And so that's very important that I teach the girls that they have a voice. They can reach out to us and say, hey, this is what's going on. We're their safe place. And we're there. We're there for them. Not for anybody else, but for our children, which is very important to me specifically because I know what it's like not to have people that are surrounding you that are, supposed to be a family, watch things happen to you and not even try and help you. So, yeah. Good? However, it's that time, baby. And I want to say sorry for not being able, I think it was, when did we say we were going to come live?
Monday.
Was it?
Monday, we were supposed to do this show on Monday. Today's Wednesday. We were supposed to do this gender roles on Monday.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, we were supposed to do it on Monday. However, I needed a timeout. And typically what that is that I'm going through, or I shouldn't say going through, I'm dealing with my past traumas, which actually puts me out for a day or two. I can get triggered by an event, by even a smell or a sound, and it'll trigger me for a day or two, which I cannot. I can function, but hypersensitive. So if you don't see me, that's usually I'm just taking mom time, my time out.
And I want to cautiously tell a very tale because Jasmine, our eldest daughter, there, she's going on her own journey, and as Mom mentioned, she has her own counselor. She's working through her own because she saw a lot. She saw a lot in the home. And I just, mom told me the other day, and I'm going to share with you very quickly the most important thing that she saw. And she told mom. The most important thing that she saw was she said to mom, you got up and you left. You didn't stay in it. You knew it was wrong. And she realized that mom made a better life for them. I told her a very long time ago that, may I continue?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, my love. When the kids stopped going to see the other parents, Jasmine made a choice because Jasmine gave us information that facilitated us to be able to stop the visits. And I told her that Jasmine made a choice, quite simply because it was after Cadence had left. And Jasmine knew in her heart that Cadence was making the wrong decision. So she made a choice for the rest of her siblings to protect her siblings and gave us the information that we required to take the action that we did. It wasn't easy for her. And being the person that she was, it hurt her severely because it was an act against her father. Vanessa says, sister says, proud of you, sis. Yeah, she got up and left. She got out of it. Took her 6 kids with her. Over here, Angine said, absolutely, Rachel, wonderful attitude. Although very sad that the humans in people didn't stand up with you or for you. I love you, Rachel. We love you too. Thank you. And I mean, yeah, this is real talk, guys. This was what was intended when we started on this journey. And because we said that because we're still healing our own traumas, and we're using God, family, faith, and fitness, faith, family, food, and fitness to do so. And we says that if anything, by sharing our story, if we can encourage anyone in any small way, if anything that we've endured can help you in any small way on your journey, then it becomes an act of service, and that is well with our soul. And what happens is a lot of the times I do a lot of the talking simply because I'm just at a different place in my journey where it's easier for me to speak about my trauma. And my wife is coming along, and I mean, I'm so very proud of her tonight because I mean that wasn't easy for her, but
it's like they're fresh memories, but it's healing for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so baby steps, however, there's a lot more that I can share, and when I'm ready, it's sometimes it just pops out. I have a hard time like, okay, we're gonna talk about this, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a position where I feel comfortable and there's just flow, then I can actually have more. However, I love that my husband is able to say, hey, are you ready? Or if you're not, that's okay. So
Cousin Diane said, hugs for you, baby. My vision, what I really, as I said, as our oldest daughter had said, like she saw mom get up and leave. That is so empowering for young women in particular, because she didn't perpetrate the cycle. She did not sit down and stay in it. And I know that because I know my wife's story, and ever since I heard it, I was like, there's so many people in this world that could use to hear this story, because, you know, so many people have lost hope, and with good reason. So many people have lost hope because the world can be an ugly place. But there's so much to be hopeful for when your trust and faith is in God and not in man. So my hope is that my wife will be soon ready to speak to those individuals who are on the verge of doing something new, doing something different, you know, to right, such strength, Andrine, to improve their lives, to improve their situation. And maybe they just need a little bit of encouragement. Maybe they just need to see that somebody maybe that looked like them were able to do it too. Her testimony is so powerful.
And it's also getting rid of that shame.
Mm.
For me, it
Mm.
was the shame of a failed relationship. It was the shame of
Hallelujah. Yes, Andrine.
it was the shame of just people judging you. Even though something was occurring in my to me, it was still that judgment piece. It was like, oh, either she deserved it, or um, poor her. I never wanted to be a victim, and I'm not a victim. I'm more of a survivor, and I'd rather see it that way because I did something about it, and I'm gonna do everything that I can to not allow my daughters to fall in that.
That's
And
right.
one of the biggest things is, and even learning in university, I've been kind of going on that path is looking at domestic violence in a child, even in the third trimester, has an effect on a child up until the age of 10. And it's just like, wow, because I can see what is occurring in, especially the three younger children, when things were really bad, is because that's when it was the worst. It was the worst, is with the three younger ones. And so it's just amazing how their little minds were developed already in utero, and then either subconsciously feeling the effects even from me receiving the trauma, them not even seeing me receive the trauma. However, just by my spirit, my mental wellness was affected, and it affected my children. And it's so interesting, and it's like I'm learning about this in university. However, why is this not being taught to law enforcement? Why is it not being taught to the courts? Why is it not being taught to doctors as to what actually happens to children when they witness it? So that's my journey. Yeah, it's bedtime.
Yeah, that's and I mean, yeah, she's on her way to advocacy, and I mean, I'm just happy to be here so I can hold her briefcase. I mean, I just have so much belief in her and the idea that she's gonna do something profound and make significant change. I believe that, and I'm speaking life into that for my wife because I know that it's important to her, and it's her heart. It's her heart. The children are her heart. Can you remind our viewers what your spirit name is, my love?
I can't remember how to say it in my language. I just
That's
learned
okay.
it.
You don't have to say
I
it in
just
your
learned
well. If you
it.
say it in your language, baby, they won't understand it anyway. So maybe
But
say
my
it in
ancestors
English.
will.
Fair, fair.
It's brown thunderbird woman bringing good things, and I was given that actually at an older age, when my first son was born, and it was the good things were actually children.
Hmm.
So within 9 years, I had 6 children. Well, 7 pregnancies, 6 children, and then now I have 4 more children, so 10. So a lot of good things.
A lot of good things, and I mean, she taught me God's plan for you. Andrine says God's plan for you was better than what you were in. To God be the glory. You go, girl. To God be the
My
glory.
sister.
Amen.
My
Amen. I mean, yeah. And I mean, yeah, let's keep it under an hour today, simply because then I don't lose the feed on the
Yeah.
gram, and then so on and so forth. So let's
Mhm.
let's wrap it up. And I mean, you know what? Those of you that came in, stopped in, and
Yes.
visited and stayed for the duration, God bless you. Thank you so much. If anything that we had to say has given you reason for to have any feeling of encouragement, or to ease on your journey in any small way, then please say a prayer for us and thanking God that His servants, were able to serve in some small way. Um, I mean, that's it for us. I mean, this is God's plan. this is going to be whatever he wants it to be. And we just hope to be vessels, and he can speak through us, or not even speak through us, just, I mean, point us in the right direction and let us know how we can help. I got 25 seconds left on the gram. So this is Ian and
Rachel.
signing off. God bless you all. We love you.